Hey, what's up, everybody? How you guys doing today? Again, it's Kris Dixon, Dixon Family Catering. Just want to do a little check-in, let you guys know, how the life of somebody trying to be an entrepreneur is, the things you go through in a day. Uh, it can be pretty stressful, especially when you're working really hard to do something you love, and you feel like you got something you want to put out to the world, but it's not always the easiest thing to do. There's a lot that needs to be done in a day, especially if you have responsibilities, like kids, or especially if you're living by yourself and you're paying all your bills. It's hard with one paycheck, to pay all your bills and do everything you need to do, and then take the money that's left over and that you should be saving and put it towards a business. And, it doesn't always come out. The money doesn't always come back the way you want it to. Sometimes it don't come back at all. That's just things you have to deal with. But if you really have something you want to give to the world, like those are things that you're okay with. You're okay with making those sacrifices. At least I am. I understand that. It's a struggle in the sense that if you're starting a business and you don't know anybody who has a business, you know you're not born knowing how to own a business, so you have to figure it out. You know, anybody can tell you what needs to be done, or you can go talk to somebody who has a business and they can tell you whatever. But each business is different, and what works for somebody else might not necessarily work for you. And also in a situation where, let's say you're doing clothes or food, like I do, there's a thousands of different clothes boutiques and people who offer clothes and do clothes great. But I honestly feel that clothes are a form of expression. You can express yourself as your favorite color, your favorite style, you know, words that are on shirts. You can choose words that express how you feel. Like from the head to the toe, everything you wear is very expressive, and I love that. So for me to be able to offer a brand or a style of clothes that somebody can use to express themselves, to me that's big. And also because clothes are something that we need to survive. We need clothes. We got to wear them every day. So to offer something that people need every day puts me in a situation where I'm able to give back. Same thing with the food. People need food every single day. So you can bring people together with food, and you can also give food back to people who need it. But there's also hundreds of different of restaurants and places that offer food as well. So yeah, it's difficult, trying to fit in, trying to get people to understand that I have something good to offer as well. Especially if people don't know my product, people, and especially people don't know me, and I understand that. And people don't really know my product or know me. That's why I started the YouTube. That's why I post as many pictures as I can. The one thing I don't do is I don't post by myself a lot because I'm not really I'm not really a camera person type of deal. I like to be behind the scenes, and honestly, I'm not 100% comfortable with the camera, and I push myself to be comfortable with the camera. But that's something that I'm working with, and I'm willing to work through my struggles in order to get to where I need to be. And the reason I'm even doing this video is to let people know that if you have something you want to do, you won't be happy until you do it. At least me personally, I've worked in restaurants forever, been managing for 10 plus years. Before that, I was an hourly line cook for, about 10 years or so. So I get it. Like, I get the struggle of working for somebody, and especially knowing that you're just another number. You're just going in there to get a paycheck, which is cool, but it's up to you to make more out of what you do. And I love cooking. I love being in the kitchen. And like I said before, I honestly feel like I have something to give back. But to know that I'm good at doing something and I want to give to people, it takes more than that in order to have a business. The biggest part of having a business is the financial aspect of it, because you have to be able to keep sinking money in, even if there's not money coming in. There's not money coming to you, and that's why a lot of times people say it takes money to make money. But I don't have a problem doing it. The the trunk method, I guess you could say, where people, they would sell CDs out their trunk or clothes out their trunk. And that's essentially, the way I'm doing it right now is pretty much the trunk method. Not having an actual place to cook out of. I still work in restaurants. I actually work in hotels now. I'm still a manager in hotels, and I still believe I have a lot to give to my career. And I honestly believe that if I make a name for myself in restaurants, in hotels, and things like that, I will always be able to help design menus for restaurants and hotels, which is something I really want to do. So, I feel it speaks to your skills when people want you to help them create their menu, things like that. That says that you know what you're doing, and that's definitely where I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to build my skills up, and I want to be known for what I do, and I'm not willing to quit easily. And a lot of times, that's what it comes down to. If you don't have the money, if you don't have the capital to be able to do what you want to do, you have to take the trunk method, which is, you got to be willing to sell whatever you sell out of your car, out of your house, out of any methods you have to. And that's not always the legal route, and I understand, even if it's not, selling drugs per se, there's a legal route and a way to do everything. So that's the biggest thing I struggle with right now is the financial aspect. All the money that I get right now, I'm sinking into both of my businesses. And then what's left over is going to my kids. It's going to bills, it's going to things like that. So I'm always spending money. I'm always sinking money into things. I rarely save money, but the situation I'm in right now, in order to grow, in order to get myself out there, like, I need to spend some money. Yeah, there's free marketing. Social media is definitely free marketing, and I use that a lot. I do my best to use that, but at the same time, in order to get people to know that I have good food, I have to make the food and I have to pass it out, which costs money. And if I'm not to a point where people are comfortable to buy my food, or still skeptical, or there's other more convenient places they can get food from, I'm not going to sell them the food I make. They're not going to buy it. So what I have been doing for years started off with barbecue sauce. It's just making barbecue sauce and going around just passing it out to people, taking it to work, giving it to people. And that got me off the ground with the barbecue sauce. Then I just been doing that with other foods, making soups, and putting them in to-go containers, and driving around town late at night, people on a night shift, and giving them the soup, and walking around town and giving people the food. But it just get to a point where, yeah, I'm gonna use an excuse that it's difficult when you're walking around and you got a handful of stuff and you got bags on your shoulders and things like that, and you're trying to fumble and bumble and take stuff out of bags and give them to people and look people in the eye and shake their hands and all of that. Like, you look like a mess. You look like you're fumbling and bumbling all over the place, and people don't give you the respect of being a reputable, restaurant, a reputable chef, a reputable person that has a service or can offer any product. So it's best to be in a certain location where you can catch people walking by or whatever. And I understand that 100%. So, like, the not having a place to really sell my product is one, and not having the financial means to get everything I need to is two. So if I had the money, if I could save up the money enough, I can get the store that I need to get. It's like $2,500 a month. Of course, that's more than rent. So it just takes some time. Like, yeah, I know there's a lot of people who they start their business and they live inside their business. You know what I mean? Which is cool, but I can't really live inside of a restaurant. I mean, I would do it. Don't get me wrong. But if they catch me with doing that stuff, like, you understand, they can shut me down crazy. So it's not something I want to do for real. I'm trying to do this the legal way. I'm trying to stack money the legal way. I'm working a job. There was actually last year, this whole year from, was it November of 2020 till just about September of 2021, I worked 2 jobs every single day. All right. I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, went to my 6 o'clock job, and I worked that job until 11. Okay. Then I had to be at my other job at 2. So from 11 to 2, I would go home. I would make food. I would do posts. I would try to pass food out or get food ready. So whenever I came home from my night job, I would finish cooking the food. So I would wake up, go to one job, come home, prep food, go to my other job at 2 o'clock, get done at that job at 12, on the weekends, I would get done at like 1:30, 2, and then I would like finish making the food so I can do these posts with, or I would make a YouTube video 2 in the morning making YouTube videos. Check some of those videos. I look real tired in some of those videos because I'm cooking real late at night, making YouTube videos real late at night. And then 2 o'clock in the morning, I made some of those YouTube videos at 2 o'clock in the morning. And then I turned around and woke up again at 5 o'clock to be at my 6 o'clock job on time. But I was never on time. I was always late. Like I am a habitually late person because I'm always trying to do way too much stuff with my time. Like when I should stop, I say, just give me 2 more minutes. I get 2 more minutes. That 2 more minutes turns into 10 minutes and then I'm late. I do that all the time because I know I'm gonna be at work all day. And then whenever I get done with that job, I got stuff I gotta do. I'm researching culinary. I mean, I cook every single day. Morning job, I cook breakfast. My night job, I was a manager, but I would still have to cook. So I'm cooking for my night job and managing for my night job. I'm cooking breakfast for my morning job. And then I'm going home and prepping for my catering service and making YouTube videos for my catering service and doing post my catering service. So that's 3 times a day. 3 times a day I cook. 3 times a day. Every single day. 3 times a day. All right. Like I'm serious about this. I don't just look at recipes and watch TV shows and then go to work and then tell people what to do. I myself bust my ass cooking 3 times a day. Once for my business, where I'm the owner of. Another time for my restaurant, which I'm the manager of. And then another time for a breakfast lineup, which I'm gonna. And then I'm sorry about that. Got a little flip. And then so I own my own service. It's not really popping off crazy yet. I'm a manager at another business and then an hourly at another business. Like, so each aspect of the restaurant industry, I'm doing every single day. I'm doing each part of it. I'm making decisions for my catering service as an owner. All right. Then I'm going in telling people what to do as a manager. And then I'm going in being told what to do as an hourly. So every day from November 2020 to September 2021, I worked every single aspect of the restaurant industry, from owning to managing to hourly. Every day. I've rarely had a day off, like a full day off. Rarely. Like it happened like once a month. So like I busted my ass working these crazy jobs, these crazy hours from 6 in the morning until 12 at night. Okay, I worked that whole time. I would get 2 hours off, and in those 2 hours I got off from 11 to 2, I would be making food, doing YouTube videos, or doing posts for my catering service, and making shirts as well for my online clothing store. So it's like all day long I'm doing something, researching, making shirts, researching moguls, researching millionaires, researching businesses that got it right, researching businesses that didn't get it right, cooking food. I also have kids as well, so I'm trying to be there for them. Working 2 jobs. So it's like I'm always doing something, man. So it's like there's a lot of times where I really want to hang out with people, want to go do something, but when I get off work at 12 at night or 12 in the morning, whatever you want to call it, who's up and ready to party? Nobody. Everybody's in bed ready for the next day. You know what I'm saying? So if I do go out, have a little drink, which I shouldn't because I got stuff I need to be doing, like getting ready for my YouTube videos or doing posts or getting ready for my job the next day. But, I'm only human and it hurts. I ain't gonna say it hurts, but it's like, it's difficult sometimes when you only work and you don't hang out with nobody and you don't do anything. You want to have a drink sometimes. But, that can take a toll on you too when you just always by yourself. Like that's the sacrifice you take when you choose to be an entrepreneur. Like people stop believing in you. People think that you're a phony. People got all these words for you. People will say how much they believe in you, and then as soon as you take the leap to start doing something, they'll straight turn their back on you and treat you like, you're a piece of junk. I've been in this industry for years, culinary school, all of that. And people still look at me like, fool, how you gonna be a chef? You from Madison, Ohio. And it's just crazy to me because people don't understand the work that I put into it. They don't see the blood, sweat, tears I put into it. They don't see that I don't stop. They don't see that I keep grinding. Only thing they see is, fool, you a black man from Madison, Ohio. How you gonna be a chef? And that's what I deal with. Like this, as a person, as a black man, is what I have to deal with. It doesn't matter how hard I work. It doesn't matter what I do. People are going to criticize me regardless. So don't worry about what people say about you. If you know that's what you want to do and you know you do everything in your power, like if you've been to school and you've been working in your field and you've done everything you can in your field, then don't listen to what anything anybody has to say. People are going to talk crap about you. Listen to the criticism and then decide for yourself if the criticism is real. If there's some truth to it, be honest. Heck yeah. All right. And then think about what you can do to change that. If you don't want to change it, it doesn't have to be bad. Just because somebody criticizes you doesn't mean you have to change that. You can be okay with that criticism. You can be okay with their critiques and live with it. You only should think about changing is if their critiques you're not okay with and you believe that they're true and they're negative and you want to do something about it. That should be the only time you listen to the critiques. But the biggest thing, and then also because the biggest thing about being an entrepreneur and trying to start your own business is don't listen to all the critiques. Hear them. Don't always listen to them. You decide for yourself what the critiques are. You definitely want to have a team, man. If I had more people helping me and working with me while I'm at work, the other people could be doing other stuff in my business. You know what I'm saying? And then, I can get further. I can get further along. But because I'm the one that has to do everything while I'm at work, nothing gets done for the business at all. And then when I come home, if I'm tired, I fall asleep, nothing gets done for the business. So because it's me, I'm doing a lot less than I could be doing if I had more people. I'm spread real thin right now, which is cool, and I'm not complaining because I'm willing to do it. But I just wanted to let people understand like what the journey was of somebody who definitely feels like they have something they want to give back to the world. Definitely have something that they feel they do very well. Cooking has been a part of my family for a long time. There's always been something. I mean, I'm sure it's a part of everybody's family. Uh, I feel like my family has always taken it serious. Every holiday, my family has always baked all these cookies and made all this food. And back in the day, my family, everybody would come home and we would have all this food and it would be, just a great time. And it always revolved around food. And like I said, a lot of people probably have that same thing. So I'm not saying I'm the only special one who has it. Nah, I mean, a lot of people have that. I get that. Like, I want to do something about it. I want to pick it up and be able to give something back. You know what I mean? So I just want to let people understand, man, that it's a struggle. You're not always going to have the money you need. You're not always going to have the support you need. You're going to be critiqued. People are going to criticize you. People are going to talk crap about you. There's going to be times where you work all day, every single day. And then you try to tell people you work all day, every single day. And for one, they don't believe you. For two, they don't care. For three, they don't understand. And it's like people think you're just, like you're up your own butt. You don't care about anybody. And that's not even it. Like I've lived so long going to work for other people. I've got to the point where I'm fed up and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. So I stopped hanging out with people, not because I'm just like, forget everybody. And that was kind of a little bit. But what it really was is I was fed up with living life the way I was living it, and just talking about changing wasn't doing it. So I decided to just change. And as I just changed and started living life the way I wanted to and doing the things that I wanted to do, people started disappearing. People started calling me crazy. How could you think you can do this? Why are you think you a chef? Why can't you just be happy with cooking for somebody else? Like, people I love just up and disappear. That's fine though. I'm not even mad about it, but these are the things we deal with. And this is just a catering service. It's not like I'm not making millions of dollars acting or doing anything like that. It's just a catering service. And people don't believe that I can cater. People are giving me a big deal about being able to cater food. Like, are we serious? Like, that's what you're giving me a big deal about? Like, why is that so difficult? People have been cooking for years. Like, you know what I mean? It's not a big deal about having a catering service. Like, come on, man. That's not a big deal. But, people don't believe in me. People don't think I can do it. But I know I see myself getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, being at work at 6 o'clock, coming home at 11, working on my catering service, going back to work at 2, coming back home at midnight, working on the catering service again, working on a press social standard, making shirts, you know, pants and shoes, and there's just so much that goes into it. Farmers markets, festivals, like getting out there in the community and passing my clothes out, passing my food out. And then it's like, I have to make time to do all of that. You know what I mean? Whenever I come home from work, and I told you I'm making YouTube videos and doing posts and all of that. And then on top of that, I need to be out there walking around passing food out. On top of that, I need to be there for my kids. And on top of that, I need to relax every once in a while and enjoy myself. You know how many times I fall asleep? I don't even go to sleep. I fall asleep. Like, people don't understand the hard work you put into it. People think you just chilling. I am not just chilling. I'm busting my butt every single day. There's so many times where I just want to quit. Yeah, I said it. There's so many times I just want to quit. Sitting here by myself with nobody. All these different plans and things that I want to do. I've been writing books. I've been writing cookbooks. I've been writing all types of stuff, man. I've been doing everything. Like, I'm not just sitting here. And like, I have a hard time trying to convey that to people. People be like, man, why don't you come chill? Why don't you do this? Oh man, you all up into that? Yeah, I am all up into that. And I don't want to just come chill. Like, people write you off when you decide to follow your dreams. When you decide to take that leap, people write you off. Even though they don't see how hard you're working and what you're doing, they just write you off. I don't think, like, I don't understand, like, people see you working hard trying to start a little business. Why they be like, hey man, shit, I'm not really into what you doing. I don't really care about culinary, but man, I hope you get it. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Or like, hey, it don't matter to me either way. If you fail or not, I don't matter. You're still cool. But people will write you off. They want nothing to do with you. Hear you talking about your business, they roll their eyes. You know how many times people have rolled their eyes at me when I was talking about my business? Smacking are you serious? I can see you, right? I can see you roll your eyes and smack your teeth. I can see it. It's cool. I will never forget. I will always remember. But that's it, man. I just wanted to give you guys a little inside glimpse of what goes on in the life of somebody who's really determined and always trying to figure out their dream. I'm like I said, man, I wasn't born knowing how to have a catering service. I wasn't born knowing how to make clothes. Like, this is stuff I got to figure out. And I'm figuring it all out by myself. But I will figure it out. I've managed several multi-million-dollar restaurants, like $5 million, $6 million restaurants. They get really busy, getting our butts kicked on the weekend. There's times where I've cooked all day long at one job, the whole shift, without sitting down. You know what I mean? Just getting your butt kicked. You need to use the